guys, I just want to make a quick video about something that you guys may find interesting, maybe you haven't heard of before. It's called radiant heat. A lot of people are familiar with radiant heat because you can put it in the floor as water coils loop back and forth, heats from the floor up. There's also such a thing as radiant heat in the ceiling. We've removed the cloud here in the old dining room. If you notice here, there's a wire here that actually ends up looping back and forth across the dining room ceiling. And then the other end of that wire, you can barely see it, sticks out right there. And this was the control box right there. These two wires attached to the ceiling and just feeds electricity through that circuit. And as that wire heats, and I'm not an expert on this, but my understanding is that it actually provides heat in a radiant manner. It's not directly, like you can't feel the heat coming off the ceiling, but that heat is those waves are hitting objects in the room, like light fixtures, tabletops, even the floor down on the ground. And if you're in the room, it's hitting you too, and it's actually warming you. So it's actually pretty neat. It's fallen out of favor a lot. From my understanding, it's not great on your electric bill. So there may be cheaper ways of heating your home, like natural gas, propane, wood heat, etc. But back when this house was built in 1972, and even into the 80s, this radiant heat, the electric radiant ceiling heat was pretty common. So I actually wanted to show you guys a demonstration in the other room where the circuit is still intact and functional. I can show you what it looks like in the ceiling. Then I want to take you outside and show you what it looked like in the drywall that came down in this room. So let's walk over here into the living room. Kind of hard to tell, but I did spray the ceiling right there with pump sprayer, just with water, to wet that plaster. We'll come back in a few minutes and you'll actually be able to see, because I just turned this room's heat on, you'll be able to see the radiant heat drying out that wet plaster in lines. So here we are back inside a little while later, and you can see where the water is drying up in parallel lines, indicating where the radiant coils are in the ceiling. And that may actually come in handy as we're going through some of these other projects. I'm going to try, especially in the bedrooms, to save that radiant heating, to not cut or break any of those coils. So I'm actually planning, we found out indirectly or inadvertently that by spraying on water on the ceiling and turning the system on, you can find out where the coils are. We're trying to remove popcorn ceiling, and the water that we were spraying on to make the popcorn come off easier kept drying up so quickly because we had forgotten to turn off the heating system. So I'm going to try to use that same trick like whenever I'm moving light fixtures in the bedrooms, so that I can hopefully salvage that alternative heat source for the bedrooms. It's just a little bit of drywall that we've taken out so far. If you look here at this board right here, see parallel wires there, spaced about 3 to 4 inches apart. Another board up here, just, if you can see closely there, just little thin copper wire that goes through the ceiling. So we think that's kind of a neat feature, since we do hope to turn this house around and sell it again in the not too distant future. We realize that heat sources that are less common less familiar, therefore become something that might make future buyers more nervous. And of course, with it being inefficient by today's standards or today's opinions, we're just going to put a new HVAC system in anyway. So for those rooms that end up losing that radiant heat, it's not going to be a big deal. But for those rooms that it doesn't need to be sacrificed for new light fixtures or new walls, etc., we're going to try to keep it like in the kids' rooms, in the master bedroom, so that, you know, if we have a new baby sleeping in one of those rooms, we can make that heat, that room warmer. So I just wanted to kind of show the guts of that radiant heating, since that one room has had the heating removed. I thought it was pretty neat. Maybe you guys did too. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you next time.